A lot of people are very excited about Bruce Carrington. They call him Shu Shu. He is the pride of Brooklyn, getting a chance to fight in New York City once again, and we're very excited to have him here on the program. Let us say hello to the man they call Shu Shu, Bruce Carrington, in the house. Hello, Bruce. How are you?
I'm doing well.
It's good to see you again.
Same
yes,
here,
thank you so much for coming in.
Yes,
I
sir.
really appreciate it. I know you
Appreciate
got a lot
you
of
for
things
having
to
me,
do.
man.
Yes, it's great. You remember I saw you in November.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was a crazy time, man.
Yeah, no, it was great, man. It was definitely great, man.
Let me put this here for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you with the mic? Is it all good?
Yeah. Let me just put it down a
Yeah,
little.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Strong guy, you can move it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, do
Gotcha.
whatever
I ain't
you
trying to
want.
break this precious
No,
equipment.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very strong.
All right, cool.
This is great. You're getting a chance to fight back home. I know you're doing some stuff in Brooklyn today, right?
Yes, I
What are you
am.
doing?
I'm going to visit my home gym that I grew up in since I was in the amateurs, New York City Cops and Kids Boxing Club.
Wow.
It's in East Flatbush in Brooklyn, New York. Great company, great foundation. It actually started with the cops. They basically wanted to give the kids from the hood and poverty-stricken areas a safe haven to be able to go to like the gym and not just only box, but just to get out of the streets. And they also do like a lot of tutoring just to basically just bring down like the crime rate and stuff like that in the hood. And to be honest, if I wasn't a part of that whole foundation and just that whole experience coming up as a kid, I feel like I don't know where I would be in my professional career, because I was able to be introduced to a lot of different people and a different way of life. It's a free gym, and because it's a free gym, it made me think about like all of the kids that probably have so much talent in the hood, but just because they didn't have the finances, they wouldn't be able to do the things they want in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many Michael Jordans could there be in this world? How many Floyd Mayweathers could there be in this world? They had the money to pay their coach, or they had the money to pay the gym, and this gym is free. So now it's just the possibilities of that is like endless.
How did you get there?
Well,
When you were a kid, and how old were you when someone
I think
brought
I
you there?
started, I was like, I want to say like 12, 13 years old.
Did you box before that?
Yeah, I was boxing at the age of 7. I was at
Okay.
Star City Boxing Club before then. And then right after that, I just decided to change coaches and went to Staten Island to train with Gary Stark, Marcus Brown's coach. And I was training with him, and then that was a police athletic league club. That basically just was the same type of company and foundation, but they just changed the name to Cops and Kids.
Who introduced you to boxing?
My dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad. He was big boxing fan growing up. I mean, obviously, like, I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
We got Mike
You have to
Tyson,
be.
Zab Judah,
Yeah.
Riddick Bowe, all these guys that we see on TV watching boxing before I even picked up the gloves. And so I was very familiar with it. But he introduced me to it because I used to get into like fights in school. But bullies
At that
used to-
age?
Yeah, but bullies used to try to bully me. And like, they used to be like twice my size or 2 years my senior. And I was like handling myself though. I would beat up the bullies that tried to bully me. And my dad was kind of surprised. He didn't know that I had that in me because I was such a nice kid. He brought me to the gym. About a month in, I'm already like just catching on quickly. And my first sparring session, I beat up this kid so bad, he never came back to the gym.
Wow.
So, but what made me stay in the gym, one was the incentive of seeing like these people that I saw in the gym on TV, like Luis Collazo, Paulie Malignaggi, Curtis Stevens. But it was a thrill that I got from being able to hit, and also even getting hit and actually getting 4 back, and that thrill of fighting without feeling bad about it. It gave me a certain level of freedom that in a thrill that I still can't compare to in even like my day-to-day experiences today. So it was like, yeah, like I knew at that age I made a mature decision to box for the rest of my life.
Did your dad box?
No, I'm the
He was
only
just a
boxer.
fan.
I'm the only boxer in the
No,
family.
your siblings, no one.
Nah,
Wow.
I'm the only boxer in the family.
So you
yeah.
think if you don't find that, if your dad doesn't put you in the gym and say, hey, like you got something here, what do you think becomes of you?
Well, I can't say that I would have just been in the hood and nothing like that. To be honest, my parents did a good job of just keeping me out the streets, period. Because my mom was like real strict on me in school. So I definitely would have felt like probably would have gotten into acting or content creating or something of that sort as time went on, for sure. I would have done something to get myself in a better predicament, for sure.
The people around you, were they getting into trouble?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I would say, a couple of my brothers, and then even some friends for sure, like that I grew up with in Brownsville. Like there's a lot of friends that I have now that's either dead or in jail.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, I mean, hey, yeah, it's all good. But it's funny because it's something that's very common coming up from where I come from. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it just is what it is. But you take those life experiences and then you make it your own, and learn from it, and just go a different route.
I read something like you were 7 or something the first time you saw someone get killed in
I
front of you?
was 5.
5?
Yeah, I was 5.
You saw this?
Yeah.
Someone got shot?
If someone got stabbed, more
Stabbed?
personal. Yeah,
Jeez Louise.
it was.
Where are
it was
you?
crazy. I was in Brownsville. I was walking out of. I think I was actually coming from somewhere with my grandma and my uncle, and I was walking into the back parking lot of my building, and I just see this Hispanic guy running, and the black dude coming chasing behind him and just stabs him like 4 or 5 times in the back. Wow. I'm just like, I'm watching it, and it was like, oh my gosh. And then his back is bleeding, and then he falls to the ground, and then the cops are like not too far, I would say like across the street, but they not know what's going on. So he runs over to the cops and trying to explain himself, like, oh, I've been stabbed. Blood just like streaming down his back, and he just falls flat on his face. Boom, just passes out.
What?
And yeah, my grandma and my uncle just rushed me upstairs. It was wild watching it. But what's crazy? That situation was traumatic, right? But then I realized, just growing up in Brownsville, you're hearing these gunshots, you're seeing the shootouts, you're seeing more people get stabbed, fist fights, brutal bleedings, cokeheads getting all meth, all of that stuff. You've seen all of that. And I just realized, oh, this is just what it is. Okay, well, I gotta adjust to it. I didn't think about it like, oh my God, I'm such in a, depressing, area and nothing like that, and this is crazy. No, I was like, okay, well, I gotta, adjust to this and, just build tough skin.
How old are you when you got out of Brownsville?
I want to say I was 21.
Oh, wow.
21, 22. Yeah, my family and I, we initially moved to Westbury, Long Island.
Okay.
We went out there for about like 2-3 years. And then I moved back to Brooklyn. I went to Bed-Stuy for about a year. And then now I'm living in Vegas.
Yeah, and when you first got out, when you went to Long Island, was that a shock? Was that a little bit better than the situation?
I can't say it was a shock because because of boxing and amateur tournaments, I travel the world.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I already knew that I was gonna, I already knew what the world was like outside of Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like Brownsville was just my world. But I will say, the mentality of how I lived day in and day out, and how much I was able to concentrate on my work was definitely different, because just in New York City, period, it's busy. It's very fast paced. There's a lot of interaction, especially in Brownsville. There's so many people living on one block. There's a lot of interaction. And then a bunch of people knowing who I am. I'm kind of like a local neighborhood celebrity. The attention is there. Then when I went out to Westbury, everything is more spaced out. You have to drive everywhere instead of walking everywhere. Less interaction. It's more peaceful. It's more calm. So your mind is clear, and I was able to like really focus on my work even more. And that kind of took me to the next level. Then I realized, I need to be able to, wherever I live, I need to be able to, be in a space to where it's like calm, something to where it's like not always hustle and bustle and very busy, because I need to concentrate and use all of my energy into my work. So that's why I ended up moving to Vegas.
When did you decide, okay, I'm going to go for this? Like I'm good enough to make a career out of this?
Oh, man, I knew since I was a kid.
Oh, really?
I knew since I was a kid. I had that confidence. Like if you see interviews of when I was 8, 9 years old on boxingscene.com, they're all on YouTube. Like
they're interviewing you when you're 8, 9?
Yes, yeah. I think it was more so because of my personality. I just had to. I don't know where the heck it came from.
That's crazy.
But my personality was just like so confident, and I just look back on it now. I'm like, bro, I don't know how the heck I was like that. But yeah, I was on popular demand. Like by popular demand, they were like asking me to come back on and like back again, because Lou DiBella, he had these Broadway boxing events out here in New York. And I used to go to all of those fights, man. It was one time my dad drew a Mike Tyson tattoo on my face, and everybody was interacting with me. Got an interview that day as well, too. And it went crazy. It went super viral back then. And so that was kind of like the start of everything. But I've been new. Like, I think what it was also the people that I had around me. I saw Saddam Ali striving to be an Olympian, make the Olympic team. I saw Daniel Jacobs do his thing in the amateurs. I saw Marcus Brown striving to be in the Olympics, him make the Olympics. I'm like, I'm around these people. I gotta make it. So I already had that confidence.
You met Mike before you fought on his card, right?
Oh yes, he did. Yeah, he actually came to my house.
He came to your house?
Yeah.
How old
it was
were you?
crazy. No, okay, so I've met Mike a few times before this, like me fighting on this event happened. But I would say it was like I was probably like 6, 7 years old, where I really didn't know or care who Mike Tyson really was.
Right.
The icon of Mike Tyson. Didn't understand the weight that he carried. Then as I got older, it was like I started to understand who he was, and I wanted to meet him. And I kept missing him. Let's say he would come and visit Brownsville. I'm away in a tournament. Or let's say he would come and visit my school because he actually attended the same school that I went to in high school.
Wow.
I got sick. Or he came to my gym. I just happened not to be there. So I'm like, bro, what the heck is happening? Like, why am I not being able to see this guy? And then just years just went on, and I think we ended up shooting his podcast. And we set that up, but that podcast episode never came out because I think there was some problems with the editorial staff or whatever. I don't know what happened. And then some years ago, another few years ago, I'm just like, man, like I really just want to just have like a sit down with Tyson, just be chilling and whatever. I fight February 16th last year. And I get the knockout over Bernard Torres. First time fighting on TV. Everything went crazy. And I was like, you know what? I want to do something or say something that is going to carry me over outside of this knockout. You know what I'm saying? And I just decided to do the Tyson rendition.
Incredible.
I'm the best ever. Yes. I messed it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I messed it up a little bit in the beginning. But, I think that's what made it even more popular. So it happened for a reason.
So good.
Tyson called my team. It was like, yo, man, you guys are crazy, man. I can't believe you did that. And he was like, listen, I want you on my card when I fight Jake Paul. Oh. And it was no way we could say no to that. How are you going to say no to that? And that was like really the start of like me actually building my own relationship with Tyson, like a real like relationship. And I would say a month and a half before he fought Jake Paul, he came over to my house, and it was funny because I had no idea he lived so close to me in Vegas. And he was like, hey man, what's your gate code? And I'm throwing out the trash. I'm like, he called me random. I'm like, oh, my gate code is this, that, and the third. And he said, all right, I'm pulling up. I throw the trash, run back in the house. Babe, Tyson's in the parking lot. Oh my God, what? She's just fixing little things in the house and running around the crib real quick. It was so funny. But we were just chilling.
Is that surreal, man? Mike Tyson in your house?
It's so surreal. It was so wild. Even when he came out of his car, he was rolling this new nice Rolls Royce coming through the parking lot. It's like dark. It's dark at night, and you just see it like kind of glowing. And then as he come out the car, this woman that's throwing out the trash herself, and she sees me and Tyson talking, but she's like, is that Tyson? She's kind of scared to say hello. Yeah. It was so funny. It was such a funny interaction.
Man. Does he come with a huge entourage?
No, not at all.
Really?
It's just one of his other friends, also named Mike. And that was it. It was just them two, and it was just real chill.
How long was he there for?
About like an hour and a half.
Wow. And you just talked about life?
Just talking about life. Nothing
game?
Boxing.
Oh, nothing?
Nothing boxing.
Okay.
Listen, he was talking about life. We was watching this show that Fat Joe has on Stars.
Okay.
And so we were just talking about how he was just growing up and the things that he's been through, what it is for me to look out for when I get, to a certain level of stardom.
Damn.
It was a lot of things that I really wanted to know. I know I can't say everything about what it is with Mike Tyson and boxing, but there's not much that I want to learn in terms of boxing from Mike Tyson because like I'm a super fan of his. I just wanted to know the life, like certain things he's been through. Like we have comparisons and certain things we experienced in Brownsville. Some of my dad's friends are his friends.
Oh wow!
It's very crazy how such a small world it is, but it was like such a surreal experience.
Have you kept in touch?
100%.
Really?
100%.
You're texting with Mike Tyson?
From time to time.
Damn.
Yeah. I got Tyson.
What a life. What a life, man. You're a stop. You're saying, I'm texting with Mike Tyson.
I got
man.
Tyson like literally on my freaking phone. It's so wild. Like I could
That's
FaceTime him whenever I want.
That
It's
is
like
crazy.
it's so wild to me, man. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Like I'm about to. The fact that I can like literally just type in his name
Yeah.
on my phone.
That's
and,
crazy.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
Like I could just type his name here.
That's crazy, man. What a freaking life. Is that surreal?
Man, I feel like it's one of those like heaven sent, one of those surreal like divine moments that I feel like just had to happen. And I'm glad that it didn't happen back then because I probably wouldn't have appreciated the moments as much when it happened. Like I'm so happy that I appreciate the moment as much as I do now. You know, like I just feel like, you know, it was God's plan. Everything happens for a reason.
And so does he check in with you like before these fights? Does he say like I'm going to be watching or anything like that?
No, he doesn't do all of that.
Okay.
But it's just like, you know, like I'll just like reach out to him, just see if he's good or just a random little checkups or whatever. You know, nothing like boxing. It's just more so just holiday comes, I'll reach out to him and, you know, he shows love and, you know, little things like that. You know what I'm saying? But nothing too crazy.
Did you enjoy the experience of being on that card?
100%.
Yeah?
It was like probably one of the best experience that I've had because it was such a spectacle.
Yeah.
You know, like I've never been a part of such a spectacle. But, you know, you expect something like that when you have a main event like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
Were you okay with it? Some people didn't like it. Some people didn't feel good about it. Some people thought it shouldn't have happened.
You know, some people may feel that way, but the fact that Tyson was able to get in there and do what he did after, you know, all of his, you know, his health issues and whatnot, it just continues to show why that man is like one of a kind, like in terms of like, he's just an anomaly for the things he goes through and still fight through it. Like that's just a testament of the person he is. And I feel like, you know, I'm just happy to just be able to see him fight again. Like for me to be able to see Mike Tyson fight in person, he quit boxing before, he retired from boxing before I even started. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, for me to have that experience, I'm like, I can say that I saw Mike Tyson fight in person. And, you know, he went the full, you know, duration of the fight. And I was even able to get to see him spar.
Oh, wow.
And I remember he actually texted me how he wanted my advice on how he did in sparring.
Wow.
I was just like, you want my advice?
Yeah.
It was so crazy, bro. But that whole experience, man, was incredible.
You weren't on the Netflix portion of the card, but there were still a ton of people watching the prelims, and there was so much attention. Did you feel any sort of like trickle down effect from all of that, just being involved in the promotion?
Yeah, definitely, slightly for sure. I would say like there was a little jump in popularity for that. Like just the simple fact that I was able to reach a different type of demographic of fans, because so many of those people, those fans, don't really watch boxing on a regular basis. So for me, it was like that's my goal. You know, I want to be able to reach different type of people, not just through boxing as well either. Like I want to be able to continue to like, you know, even act or do skits or commercials and whatnot. So I just really want to become like a superstar. And I think that was just one of those steps to be able to do so.
Well, I see you doing commentary for Top Rank. How are you enjoying that? I mean, you're perfect for it. You have such a great personality and smile and demeanor.
Thank you.
You enjoy it?
Oh, no, I love it.
Was that your idea, by the way, or was that them coming to you?
I planted the seed. I planted the seed for sure. But I think also because the way they hear me talk. So there's like, oh, I think you'll be good for commentating. They'll ask me, what do you think about this fight? What do you think about this fight? And when I give my, analysis, I have like a thorough breakdown because like I'm a real like student of the game. Like I really like to do like film study and whatnot. So they were like, yo, like I think you should be good for commentating. But I was always like kind of like putting it in there. I knew what I was doing, to be honest. But I love it. It's one of those things that I don't really like to do certain things like with a passion. Like it's not a lot of things. There's boxing. There's like I have like the commentating, maybe like skits here and there. I could put in, but yeah, the commentating for sure is like one of those things to where I really love to do, and I'm just gonna continue to grow in that and get my rounds in, and maybe even down the line, I'll be on the main team when it comes to Top Rank and the commentating team.
Well, what a fascinating time, because this is the last show on ESPN.
Yeah.
And we don't know where Top Rank is going.
Yeah.
Do you know where Top Rank is going?
I don't know where Top Rank is going, but I'm actually very confident and to knowing that wherever we're going to be good regardless, because Top Rank has been super relevant since back in Muhammad Ali days. I feel like the fact that was one of the main reasons why I signed with them. They were able to stand through the test of time, even through worldly events like through the pandemic. They were throwing the most fights in the bubble. They were making so many big fights as well, like Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, for example. They built certain fighters to have to have big names, like Edgar Berlanga built his name in the bubble. Jared Anderson built his name in the bubble. Xander Zaya, so many different people I could just name. The fact that they were able to do that during a pandemic, I was like, yeah, like it's no brainer. I gotta sign with them. I have to, because that's what I want. I love the longevity and the activity of everything that they do.
So in terms of like I mean, obviously you don't work for the company, so you can't speak to what's happening in the office. But because this is, I think a lot of people thought we would know where they were going post this show, and the fact that we don't seems troubling. Do you get that sense at all from the people that work for Top Rank, or
nah, I don't actually. When I asked them, like, I've obviously asked them, like, oh, do you have an idea where we're going? The way they answer is very calming. Like,
okay,
it's not something that's like, I don't know, like, I mean, to be honest, I don't think it would be smart for them to do that anyway. Sure. I genuinely feel like they have something up their sleeve to where it's like they know that they're going to be okay.
So for you to be co-main event, final ESPN show, it's a big freaking deal, right?
100%.
Like, what an honor.
Yeah. I feel like Top Rank, they knew to send off the show with the Shu Shu Show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I write in New York City.
Yes.
I really feel like this is the best time for me to be able to, just send it off in the right way. And I feel like my style is already entertaining. I don't have to try to be entertaining, but I feel like this fight here specifically is something for me to make a statement, because I got to continue to show why I'm ready to fight for a world title. I'm fighting for the WBC interim title, and I think that once I win this, I'll become mandatory for the WBC. And for the past, I would say, year or year and a half, I've been kind of just, really screaming and yelling, I want a title shot. I want a title shot. It's about that time.
I feel like you have a chip on your shoulder a little bit, because I feel like you don't feel like the top dogs want to fight you. They're giving you the opportunity. Is that accurate?
It seems that way. I don't want to say that because I have respect for all fighters, I don't say that guys are ducking and like that. I will say that I think their teams are being very strategic on, not fighting me, because they see that I'm a risk. And that's very telling on how they believe in their fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because if they really believed in their fighter and felt like their fighter was the best, they wouldn't have, their fighter. They wouldn't have any problem with their fighter fighting anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they're having trouble with fighting little old me kind of says a little something to me. I feel like at this point right now, that's why I'm like really pushing the envelope and making the right moves. Like, I'm not just fighting another fight. I'm fighting for the WBC interim. I'm putting myself in position to become a mandatory, to force your hand to either fight me or vacate. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. You got to do something. And either one of those you're not going to like.
So how close were you to making the Nick Ball fight seem to be the one that you were campaigning? I know Stephen Fulton is the champion, but he's moving up, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, maybe if you win this fight, they'll just make you the undisputed champ?
I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that Ray Vargas, he's the champion in recess.
Okay.
And I think that he's supposed to have a fight with Carlos Castro. So if that fight materializes and that happens, I'll fight the winner of that.
Okay.
But
for undisputed, like for the WBC belt. Yeah, I don't mean undisputed.
Yes.
This is why some people get turned off from boxing, by the way, because champion in recess with the interim champ,
it's a lot.
And then the actual champ is moving up to super featherweight. It makes it confusing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is some of the things that people are trying to eliminate. Like the UFC guys are getting into boxing, Zuffa boxing, and they're saying they don't want to deal with any of this stuff.
Yeah.
They want to make their own belt.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. We got to see how it's going to, shape up the world of boxing. It might, be for the better, it might be for the worse. I genuinely don't know, but I just hope for the best, what I'm saying? I just really want to be able, my thing is I just want to be able to fight the best and just be able to, get the respect that, that I feel like I deserve because I work my butt off, I feel like at this point right now, I'm at a certain level to where I don't want to fight, certain people anymore. I want to fight champions now.
Yeah.
Like I'm very hungry. I'm very ambitious about it. Like I see myself being the first first undisputed featherweight world champion in the 4-belt era. I don't think that there's ever been. I've done my history. So yeah, like I don't think there's ever been a champion, like undisputed champion in featherweight. So I don't want to be the first.
Okay, how do we get to Inoue?
Well, I got to ask Inoue how you got to get to me, and that's just moving up to 126.
Yeah, do you think he wants to?
I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to.
You've been banging this drum for a bit now.
Yeah, since like 2023 at this point.
Yeah.
Like back when, he wasn't getting knocked down, when no one was calling him out. I was there calling him out. But yeah, I was I feel like with Inoue, I don't think he wants to fight at 126 right now, especially after his last fight. I was there at his last fight. He got dropped, obviously. And
were you surprised by that?
No, I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised?
No.
He was a gigantic favorite.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's boxing. Anybody could get caught. Anybody could get clipped. I feel like, especially with his style, sometimes he gets overexcited, and he just runs into shots. That's what happened with Luis Nery as well, too. He got clipped against Nonito Donaire, but he didn't get dropped, but he still got clipped. I feel like now I think he's hitting a ceiling, or we're starting to see chinks in the armor when it comes to Inoue. And his post-press conference that he had after his last fight, I was in attendance, and he said that if he can continue to make 122 as comfortably as he's making it, he's going to stay there.
Okay.
That shows me that there's no real interest of going up. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to back when he was coming to New York, attending my fight, and then leaving right after, kind of like making it known, like, or teasing, like he's kind of come up to featherweight. He's not doing that anymore.
Why do you think he was doing that? Do you think he was actually trying to, get a scouting report on you?
100%. 100%.
And then so why didn't he pounce on it?
I mean, I think he was just planting a seed. You know what I'm saying? I think it's all about just marinating it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's undisputed a champ in that division. So it's like you're undisputed. You kind of already are done and took over that division. You expect to move up. So I feel like he was just kind of flirting with it and planting a seed just in case. I don't know if he's gonna, bite on it though.
So what happened with Nick Ball?
So my team reached out to his team.
Huge offer, right? You said
yeah. At first they were like, they would need a number like $2 million to even look our way. We didn't have that on the table at the moment, so we put it to rest for some months. We come back later and we're like, all right, we have that number that you want, and then his team just makes another excuse. So now it's like, okay, money thing in business I get, like 100% to make the fight, I'm with it. Like I totally understand it. Now we have that, and you're making another excuse. Something not right, bro.
Yeah.
Something like you're something's not confident, or like you don't believe in yourself, or you don't believe in you're a fighter. I don't know like what that's about. So that lets me know like it's more than just the money. That lets me know like because if you're just a fighter, well, his team. Let me put on his team.
Yeah.
If you believe in your fighter, and you know that your fighter is the best, you have no problem with him fighting the number 1 and number 2 ranked guy for your belt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm deserving of to fight for a belt. You don't have to be ranked number 1, ranked number 2. You could be ranked number 13 and fight for a belt. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm deserving for it. Why would I not shoot for you? You know what I'm saying? But they're just making these little obstacles, these little hoops and bounds for me right now. But I feel like everything's gonna happen at the right time, and I'm not gonna rush it. It is what it is. We're gonna get a title and then have more of an incentive to fight, him, and then be the first unified champion of the division.
You wanted that for this date?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I really did. I wanted it to be even back in March 29th. I just wanted to fight for a title. But it didn't happen. But hopefully it could happen at the end of this year or the beginning of next year.
So speaking of you can be ranked whatever and fight for the belt, what about Manny Pacquiao? Time away, gets ranked, everyone loses their mind, and then he freaking turns back the clock. And you were training at the same gym just for a little bit. He showed up a couple times, right?
Yeah, he showed up a couple of times at my gym. Yeah.
What about, did you watch that?
None. I watched this fight. Yes.
Yeah, did you watch it on Saturday?
Oh, 100%. Manny looked great, man. I was kind of worried about him at first going into this
everyone
fight
was.
Because obviously his age, and then his last outing, he didn't really, really look his best. He didn't really look that good. But what I was told was that he didn't train that much for that specific fight. So I was like, okay. But then, the way he trained for this fight, I heard that I have some friends that went out there in the Philippines with him, and they were right alongside him training. They was like, "Oh, like Manny looks really good. His legs look strong. He's looking, he turned like he's turning back the clock." So I was like, "Oh, that's dope." And me watching him fight, it was like me being a teenager again, watching Pacquiao fight and just being in awe because you could just see the veteran experience of still being able to like roll off certain shots, pace yourself, land certain things, switching the speed of your attacks. His foot movement is still very awkward, and it's something that is still like a Rubik's Cube to kind of figure out. It was beautiful to see Pacquiao there in the ring. And to be honest, it's funny. I'm happy that the fight ended in a draw, so we can see this fight happen again.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Barrios said he's down with it, he would do it.
It's gonna be
I
huge.
I would love to see that fight happen again.
2 straight draws for Barrios. On the same card that you fought on, which is weird.
That is
Retains
true.
the belt twice. But yeah, I was worried. 46 champion. He's like 15 years or so younger than him.
Mm-hmm.
They ranked him. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going to end well because and the way in which he looked in his last fight, as you said.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I actually kind of thought he won.
Yeah. A lot of people I thought he won too. I'm not gonna lie, and
Like 7-5.
granted, I feel like, because it was that close, people can make an argument.
Yeah.
But, I'm not mad with a draw just so we can have another fight.
Did you see Usyk earlier in the day?
No, I didn't.
He's
see
unbelievable, this guy.
Yeah.
I think he's number 1 pound for pound.
Yeah.
I know some people don't think the heavyweight champion can be, but he was undisputed at cruiserweight.
No, he's definitely number 1 pound for pound.
Right?
No,
Some people will say Terrence, some will say Inoue.
I feel
I
like
think it's Usyk.
it happens fight by fight.
Yeah.
It happens fight by fight. So it's like once Terrence and Canelo fights, it'll change.
Sure.
But right now, as we're speaking of today, yes, Usyk is number 1.
That was the drop, right? That was the knockdown right there. Like the way in which he moves,
that was crazy.
Here's where he stops him for a heavyweight. Look at this.
I saw the replay of it. I didn't watch the whole fight. I saw the replay, and I feel like at his age as well too, it's like
38.
he's not showing no like sense of like slowing down.
Yeah.
Man, what is he gonna do next?
Man, Jake Paul is gonna fight him. He's gonna beat him.
Oh, nah, heck no. That's not happening
You saw
at
them
all.
face off.
No, I didn't
They
see them
faced
face
off
off
afterwards.
Yeah? Oh yeah, man. Jake Paul does not want to do that,
No.
bro.
He said in MMA. He said he wants to do it in MMA.
Jake Paul still don't want to do that.
Still,
Like,
you think Usyk beats him in MMA?
Wait, Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Does Jake Paul does he even
Not
do
really,
MMA?
not really.
Yeah, sure. So I don't see him doing much in the cage either.
How do you feel about this Jake Paul thing?
To be honest, at first I didn't know what to think of it because this is like, okay, dude, like you're just this content creator. You think you could just become a boxer and make all this money and get all of this notoriety and not put in as much work as actual boxers do. In the beginning, we took an offense to that. You know what I'm saying? But we're starting to see like how he's actually like taking it serious. Like he does train his butt off, and he is taking these fights. He's going rounds, fighting no headgear, smaller gloves. He's taking the right approach, right? And on top of that, he's bringing a whole different like demographic of people getting into boxing, making the sport lucrative, and making it a lot of fun to watch. Because he's opened up doors for other content creators to have their own events. And then, to be honest, it's a lot of fun just watching the people that don't know how to fight because they just be wailing away. It's very entertaining. I'm not even gonna lie.
He wants to fight AJ.
Hey, by all means, do it. Like, it'll be a big event
against AJ.
Yeah, I think he gets smoked against.
You think
AJ.
so?
Yeah. AJ's too big.
He wants to fight AJ, Tank Davis.
Man, I feel like the Tank Davis one is a little like Tank is like really small, but even then though, like Tank he's just too experienced. Like
right. You think
us
Tank beats him?
boxers, yeah. I think
Despite like there's like a 60-pound.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter because like when you're a boxer for like on that level, it's just like you can break down a lot of bigger dudes that's like that's lower than you. Like Jake Paul, he is good for his experience though. I will say. Like Jake Paul is interestingly getting like better fight by fight. It's crazy to watch, but like when it comes to an actual like boxer that's on that level, nah, I can't say that you match up with that.
Do you think Terrence beats Canelo?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that Terrence beats Canelo.
I feel like more and more people are starting to say this. I feel
Yeah.
like originally everyone was like, Canelo's too big. And now I feel like there's been some momentum where people are like, no, I think Terrence, seeing them side by side, he doesn't seem that much bigger.
See, the size, see, that never bothers me because Canelo on fight night, for some reason, he just seems like he's so much bigger than the guy because of his stature. It's not more so his height, it's his back. Like, you always, like, his back is very, like, just wide and, like, Cobra-like shape. You know what I'm saying? I feel when it comes to Canelo, it's just his natural physicality that's just very imposing. For me, that size is still always going to be a problem for me. Because I think when Terrence Crawford, his last fight, when he fought Madrimov, he mentioned, I thought the problem for the fight, and I'm going to stand on this because I genuinely believe that this is what it is, even no matter what Bud says, that the fight was as competitive as it was because of the style. But Bud said in an interview and during the fight that it was the power that was kind of an issue that made him kind of like, a little, hesitant on certain things. If the power is an issue, Canelo's stronger than Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do? What are you going to do with that? And then there were certain shots that Madrimov got in with the straight right hand, the dip right hand straight after Terrence throws his jab that Canelo does very well. Canelo has actually dropped Austin Trout with that same shot. What are you going to do with that? So that is still a problem for me when it comes to, for Crawford. But I do feel like overall, Crawford is the best fighter, the better well-rounded fighter. He has the better footwork. He has the speed. He's a switch hitter. He's more versatile. He has what it takes to win. So, and I do feel like the mentality as well, too, has that dog mentality. If Canelo hits him, he's going to want to get his back, but still be smart about it, I think that's one of the main things that make me feel that Crawford is going to be able to take the victory.
I saw you at the Times Square event. I saw you take a picture with Conor Ben. Last week we had Conor and Shakur Stevenson in studio. They had a fun little
I saw that. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, how was that?
Yo, it was sick, man. It was sick because at first I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I wasn't sure if they were going to throw hands. But they were funny together in a weird way. What do you think about that? That would obviously be a big jump up for Shakur, but it seems like he's game, and now it seems like the Conor Ben Eubank rematch has gone up in smoke.
That's funny.
I kind of want to see it.
That's funny. Like, I still want to see Conor Ben and Eubank first of all, because that first fight was crazy.
Incredible. It was incredible.
But I mean, why not? Why not? I feel like, I'm gonna just put it out there for people that don't know. As a boxer, when you're growing, right, and if you have like a certain level of skill, you realize that you can hang with a lot of bigger guys because skills kind of transcends through weight classes. That's why you see guys like Manny Pacquiao go up, Inoue go up, Mayweather go up, Oscar De La Hoya. You see these guys because their skills kind of put them through. Like, obviously sometimes you're able to grow into certain weight classes, but you're able to hang with a lot of guys because skills pays the bills. I feel like with Shakur's skill set, he can hang with a lot of guys, man. He can live with he's been known to spar Jared Anderson before. You know what I'm saying? So, and Jared is a heavyweight.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could see him mixing, and dibbling and dabbling with a lot of different guys as well too, and kind of taking a chance to fight in those higher weight classes.
That would be crazy. I've seen you do some underwater training.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Is it tough?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's tough.
How long are you under for? Here's some of the footage right here.
Yeah, man. It's super fun. It's actually something that we've put into our training camp starting for this fight. It's my first 12-round fight, and I wanted to be able to make sure that we do everything in our power to know that we will be able to last all 12 rounds and have that stamina and cardio and breathing techniques, whatever it is to be able to last the 12. We're gonna do it. So. Yeah, no, these exercises, these last for about like an hour and a half per class.
Wow.
And
how long are you actually under without, how long can you go?
How much is that? As long as I want to. Like, they allow you to push yourself. Like, if you can only stay under 30 seconds, stay under 30 seconds. If you can stay under 3 minutes, you can do the full 3 minutes. You can push yourself.
You can do 3 minutes?
No, not yet. I can do about 2 though.
Damn.
I can do like 2 minutes underwater for sure.
When you started, what were you at?
When I started, I would say I'll probably like 45 seconds.
Okay.
And but see, it's not just about holding your breath. While you're holding your breath and you're working while you're under there, it's like that activity. Like, you want to breathe because usually, let's say if I'm doing squat presses with dumbbells underwater, if I'm doing it on land, I'm trying to shh, breathe and press,
Yeah,
breathe
yeah.
and press. I'm underwater. I'm like, I can't breathe and press. I gotta hold my breath,
yeah.
and
Oh,
that's
geez.
taking more oxygen out of my muscles. You gotta stay calm. You gotta know how to be calm in the chaos. Find that little, serenity in the, in the eye of the storm type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned how to do that, and that brings you to a certain type of mentality. To it's like, yo, just you take that into the ring, and you can always be calm, even if you're like tired or kind of fatigued. It's like it really changed my life. Honestly, I'm not even much of a swimmer. Like I just started like learning how to just do freestyle swimming probably like a few months ago. But so me being in a deep water, 13 feet, that was kind of scary for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was not confident at all, but they made me very confident, and they took my game to another level.
Shu Shu has martial arts. Like that's a martial arts thing,
Dude,
right?
I wish I had the coolest story. I
Is it
don't.
not?
It's not. It's just the baby name. Like in the hood, like everybody got their juju and their new and yeah. So
where did Shu Shu come from?
it's just a baby name. Like it was
Your name is Bruce.
Yeah, I know. It didn't stand for my name at all.
Okay.
I guess like my dad, he just started calling me Shu Shu. I don't know where he got it from. It just something that just again, just a baby name.
Damn.
And
So there's
he
no
called
like
me
great
that.
story behind it.
Nah, I wish there was.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that the Egyptian meaning is the one who rises above all.
Oh wow.
So I felt like
Is that a coincidence? Like he didn't call you? Okay.
Nah, it's just a coincidence.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I really like, feel like with my mentality and the things I've gone through in life is very fitting. But the name Shu Shu, I'm glad that I have it because not a lot of people have it. It's something that's catchy. When people hear it, they remember it. When you type my name up, Shu Shu, SHU, I'm the only thing that pops up.
Yeah.
It's like I'm super synonymous with it. So it was like, it's perfect. I knew I was going to have that name as my ring name going into the pro.
More people probably call you Shu Shu than Bruce.
Yeah. At this point now, like they don't even call me Bruce Carrington. They call me Shu Shu Carrington.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It just flows.
It
flows.
It does.
And you always have your brother on your trunks. You always have his name there, right? Forever Ike.
Yes. I do.
So that's part you talk about. And unfortunately, he was murdered, right?
Yeah.
How old were you when he passed away?
I was 17.
17.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about rising above things, that would be at the top of the list.
100%. I feel like that changed my life so much because, when you have just a lot of death around you coming up in Brownsville, you kind of get, desensitized from death, from like how serious it is, like the weight of it, right? And but once I lost my brother, the way I lost him as well, it was like, dude, like I can't believe that massacres happens in this world, and what do these like the pain of the families that how long it lasts, like not even just the whole family, the household, like it's so crazy because I have experienced times of okay, let's say if I'm saying I used to sleep in the same bed as my brother.
You used to sleep in the same bed?
Yeah, we used to sleep in the same bed.
Wow.
He had a queen size bed, king size bed inside our room, and that little space, just being able to wake up and turn over and see him like it's just empty, he's not there. We used to have this little hallway to walk to the kitchen from our room, and sometimes if he's going the opposite direction, we have to squeeze by each other. That space is not taken up anymore. Holidays, birthdays, not the same. It's like, man, like how am I going to be able to live through life like this? It's so unfamiliar, And then on top of that, my little brother, Blake, he was 7 at the time. And my older brother that passed, he was like kind of like a second father figure to him. Taking him everywhere, really loved Blake. Like every time I'll be yelling at Blake and dang, they almost hit him because if he does something to me, Mike would yell at me like, "Oh, don't hit him!" and go crazy, very defensive. That I felt like that role fell on me, and it was just like I don't know if I was ready for that. I'm just like, oh man, but I feel like everything happened for a reason, and I ended up being ready for it because my little brother Blake, I love him to death, and he looks up to me so much, and I have him like next to me like every step of the way as much as I can, and but yeah, my brother was my best friend, man. It was super tough because around the time he died was around the time I felt like very misunderstood as a teenager. A lot of teenagers go through that time, when they're just like figuring out life and going through the certain things that they need answers to. And my brother had the answers for a lot of things that I was going through because he had a very similar personality to me. And when I didn't have him, I'm just like, who do I talk to? I started going to my dad after a while, but it was just kind of like, I didn't want to open up to my dad. I wanted to open up to my brother. We used to share clothes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how like tight we were. Like, he's had my Team Carrington hoodies and hats and shirts everywhere he went, talking to his friends about me and just bragging all the time, so much to the point to after he passed, I still get DMs to this day. Yo, I never met you before, but your brother used to always talk about you. He used to have your hat. He used to walk in your boxing shoes to just hang out with us. Like, I didn't even know he was doing that. Like,
wow, that's crazy, amazing. Give me chills.
Yeah, he was real chill.
What do you think he would say about all of this?
I think that
the success you've had.
Man, I think that he would be happy for me for sure. He would be still the loudest and proudest supporter that I have today.
Man, well, I hope he's watching on Saturday, and I'd like to think that he is.
Yeah,
keep it up, man. It's great to see you. You have a smile that would light up a room.
Thank you.
Reminds me of what people would say about Magic Johnson when he first came on the scene.
That's great. Thank you.
That big smile, which is lovely to see, and I really hope that they continue to get behind you, Top Rank, because right now, as you know, there's sort of like this open space for who's the face of American boxing, who's like the next big guy, and I would put you in that conversation. So
thank you. I appreciate
keep doing your thing. Good luck on Saturday. Looking forward to it, and thank you for coming in. There's the poster right there. Interim WBC featherweight title. Mateus Heita getting a big opportunity for him too, but you're going to defend your turf. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right in New York City, baby.
Yes.
Yes,
good luck later today with the kids. It's great that you're doing that.
Yes,
thank you for stopping by.
I appreciate you for having me.
There he is, the one and only Shu Shu Carrington. We'll take a quick break. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.